Hello and welcome to today's video. On today's video, I'm going to talk about how I was able to quit my corporate job, stop working for someone else, and completely went independent, working into myself. Why did I make that decision? How did I make those choices? And how has it been going? For me, I grew up just like most people. I was implanted, go to school, get a career, get a job, and everything will work out. And the truth of the matter is that that hasn't been working out for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. So I changed my channel from before, which was where I was teaching people how to get into a career. This is back about before COVID, into how to be independent, which I have been for the last over 3.5 years, paying all my bills on time without skipping a beat, not late, paying everything on time, growing my savings, reinvesting into my business. I invested $25,000 last year alone into both of my businesses. And it's not as complicated as most people think, but we have been wired to believe that we have to go through this standard system that used to work maybe in the 50s and 60s, but not so much anymore. And the reason for that is because there's a lot of change, and that's the one thing that we can all count on: change. It is inevitable, right? It's just the way it is. If you look at 1930s, 1920s, all the way up to right now, every decade there's been nothing but change. But the biggest game changer is artificial intelligence, and that's not to scare you. It's just there's always opportunity with change. Just like if you look at the old Ford plants, back in the 50s and 60s, they were primarily run by men, and now they're primarily run by machines. And you can look at artificial intelligence and see how many jobs are taking. You can fall into the trap where you can just get ahead of the game and be on top of it instead of having to depend on it. For me, in order to do so, I had to find my passion. I had to find something that I really love doing, that I could enjoy and pay my bills and be more independent. That's exactly what I did. And that's primarily what I like to teach people. So you have been seeing, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll see that I post a lot of information on how you can be independent, tips that have helped me, strategies that have worked for me, and some that have not worked for me as well, so you can avoid making those mistakes. So for one thing, is just taking care of yourself and being independent. You will never be replaced by any artificial intelligence, because guess what? You will be the one that will probably be implementing that. If you need to use any software, if you need to use any robotics or whatever that might be in the future, you will be the boss. You will be your own boss. Some of the pluses that I really do love about being my own boss is financial independence, being able to make as much money as I want. I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not living in a huge mansion or anything like that yet, but at the same time, I can really go out there and in 1 week make what used to take me 1 month of making in a high-paying corporate job. And I love it. I can go out and just work really hard and then take a week or 2 weeks off. And that's usually not what I do, because I am a bit of a workaholic. I love what I do. But at the same time, it's good to have that option. I have not missed one day. My wife is pregnant right now. I have not missed one appointment, and she's got plenty. Whenever we go to the doctor, we go out on dates regularly. We took our 10-year anniversary last weekend, and then we took off. We took off just at Whale, went up north, and just hung out there for 4 days, just chilled, did nothing. And that's awesome. Those things I could not do before when I was working for someone else. So this channel, once again, primarily is focuses on helping other people achieve the things that they think are probably more difficult than they are. Now, was it a walk in the park? Absolutely not. There is always going to be challenges, but is it worth it? Absolutely, 100% worth it. I cannot express it how it's worth it. If I needed to take a vacation, I felt guilty. I had to cover all these hours, and then when I came back, I had to make up all these hours and falling behind on paperwork, falling behind on a lot of stuff, and I felt guilty taking a vacation. To now being able to take a vacation and not have to worry about not having any money to pay my bills, it's honestly amazing. And it wasn't, again, a walk in the park, but it's 100% worth it. The person that you become at the end is a lot more stronger, a lot more powerful, a lot more confident. And in my eyes, it's a way better strategy than go to school, get a career, and hope that your job is going to be there when you graduate. Because you know what is going to be there for sure is that debt. And that's that debt. Whether you pay for it or your parents pay for it, college is getting more and more expensive, and it's not going to get cheaper, unfortunately. It continues to be on the rise, and that's another reason why I was not that great at school, being 100% honest with you. But I learned how to work really, really hard to get to where I wanted to get and to get to the top of the chain and to get to the top of my field. And I was able to achieve that. It took years. It took a lot of hard work. But once I got there, I found myself overworked. And I was getting paid well. I cannot complain about the pay. I was getting paid great money. But at the same time, money is not happiness. When you're working 10, 12 hours a day, you're exhausted, and you don't have time to enjoy that money, it's not happiness. Not only that, you are not really building a future for no one else. Maybe your employer, but you're not really building a future or legacy or anything that's really worthwhile. You can never get that time back. I did spend about 20, 30 years working in the restaurant industry. I worked my way for different corporations. I helped private families open their own locations. I loved it. It was great, but there was no future there. Once you retired, there was no pension plans or anything that besides Social Security, which might not be around in the future. But enough about me. I just want to let you guys know a little bit about what inspired this channel. What I'm trying to give to you is just information that has helped me. My goals for the next 5 years are big, and I want to bring you guys along for the ride. I mean, I've been great, and I consider myself to be very successful up to right now, and I'm hoping to continue that success and passing it on. If you don't know, then you will never take any action or never move towards your dreams. But the truth is that I'm not the super smartest guy when it comes to testing or grammar or any of that stuff, but I'm doing it. So most people with just common sense and a good work ethic can definitely achieve what I've achieved. Just keep looking to keep commenting or leaving me any feedback if you need any information. And if you guys like any of this stuff regarding growing your business and being independent, subscribe. And there's always free stuff that I leave for you guys in the comments. So I hope all's well. Have a wonderful day.